Hello and welcome to Amusement Worldwide, where if the screen hasn't fogged up, it's not hot enough for you. This week I've got the laptop in front of me. We're going to talk about, not about Phalanx or Subterra. They've closed Subterra again this week because they're going to improve it again. Now I've got about 3 different sources. They all work for Merlin in some part of it. And they're telling me, obviously stuff's going wrong because Chessington, Mystic East and Wild Asia don't open till midday actually. I don't know what the fuck I was saying 11 for. We'll cut that out, unless it's funny. Mystic East and Wild Asia don't open till midday on weekdays now. Alton Towers was going to close at 4 but didn't. But now they're closing the Sky Ride, which everyone apparently wants to ride now. Who cares about Nemesis? Everyone's kicking up a fuss about Sky Ride. It doesn't bother me that much because there'll be room to walk during the week, but it all leads to the fact that Nick Varney's making some wrong decisions. He's making the worst decisions at the moment financially, and there are rumours that not only is Subterra costing him more than he envisaged, well of course it did, because it's not actually that great, and anyone who says, oh it's about the experience, that is a fair point actually. The same people that complain Subterra is an experience rather than a ride. We're trying to sugarcoat it because they're big fans of Alton Towers, which I understand. Basically, I can sugarcoat the Sky Ride not being open on weekdays and go, the walking around of Alton Towers is an experience. And if you don't like that, then that's what I'm going to say. Because I was let down by Subterra, but apparently they're building more onto it, but it's costing Barney more money than he envisaged. He's already trying to save money elsewhere. And there's a lot of rumours, but there's a lot of talk actually this is where it comes around to the sources I was talking about earlier. There are rumours the money they're spending on Subterra and losing elsewhere also is going to affect SW7. And you're going to hate me for telling you, but I'd rather tell you now than when it actually happens. So, SW7 is not going to have as much investment as they originally planned for it. What do you think? How do you think it's going to affect it in the long run? It's obviously going to affect it in a bad way. Can't imagine them going, we're going to spend less money, so it's going to be less bad. Because that's not how Nick Varney rolls with his bling and his B&M. Gotta love B&M. Also, what do you think about the Eurofighter throughput? We all saw how it helped Saw get along so well. So what do you think about him building it at Alton Towers? But SW7 is getting less investment, Subterra is getting even more, which is taking away, because already they're struggling with money at Merlin, it's taking away what little they've got for SW7, so they're stripping it, it's going to be a core value. The worst thing that can happen is SW7 turns out to be shit, which I'm sure it won't be, and it'll be like Subterra, and the big fans, and the big fans will be saying, it's about the experience, which is not. SW7 is going to be a ride, I assure you of that. But they may have they will have less investment, but it may turn out not to be as good as you or I wanted it to. But it'll surely be quite good. So I'm the bearer of bad news today, that's all I've got to say. Is there anything else I want to talk about quickly? Oh yes, can't remember what the fuck it was now, but Shambhala, some people on the internet said it was the best roller coaster in the world. Now we're talking about the fact it gives you what you want, which is airtime, which is an arguable thing if that's all you want in a ride. It's got no inversions, I don't mind too much about that, it's quite high, but what I will say is Boulder, although it is a wooden coaster, is an airtime machine itself, and I'm pretty sure my hopes for Shambhala will compare to that, and it will probably affect how much I like it. So Boulder will probably be better than Shambhala, although I've not ridden Shambhala yet, but I've ridden Boulder many times. So I'm going to end with that. SW7 getting less investment, Subterra getting more investment. A lot of us are thinking, no, it's like the opposite of a cash cow really. It's draining money away. Subterra, if anything, will be the cancer of Alton Towers. And if we're here in a few years and you go, what's happened? And they look back and go, we shouldn't have invested even more money in that ride, then we'll play a clip of me on the news or something. But yes, Subterra is affecting SW7's investment. Merlin struggling is affecting SW7 investment. There will be an SW7, but it will not have as much investment in theming as before. I'm guessing they wouldn't take out the ride experience this far along the line because they've got planning for most of the ride construction itself. But what do you think? Comment below if you're not on your knees crying because SW7 won't have as much money pimping it along as it was originally going to have. I'll catch you next time on AWW. Keep watching. Go home and die if you don't.